2020 online for Europe and CIS, of course, sponsor asks. So Phantom Lance are going to regen really nicely up in that top lane as PPD takes a couple of whacks from Saberlight. Cookie forward, though, allows Dahak to commit onto the Brewmaster, and First Blood spilled, and as PPD should be able to... No way for DK to contest these runes, and it doesn't look like NIP are doing anything to help him. So the haste in, Supreme takes him back down to about half HP. Dragon Tail with a Cookie forward. They're trying to chain stun the Storm and blow him up, and they've done it perfect.
We're on the top lane. So far, NIP staying ahead. Brewmaster, even though he got an earlier level 6, still did not use ulti.
And now he has to use it defensively.
And there it is.
Dahak has dived in deep here, but Milan with a great Rolling Thunder doesn't get the second connection onto the Storm Spirit as the Zip Vortex. Dahak still getting caught. No Doppelganger left, and he's down. The Carapace from Era catching Blizzy, so 3-0. NIP, they're bleeding out. The DK, the chain stun onto the Storm Spirit, does bring down Supreme at the very least, but I feel like NIP have overstayed their welcome now. Tanner, okay, king of PPD, Cookie in 4. And they're going to try and make a play on Suneko. Blinding Light, it is ready, but the chain stuns. PPD, where's the mana for Cookie? He doesn't have it, he's 30 mana off it. Hello, there's the jump on Castle. Destroyed by the Mortisman's Kisses, and Storm tries to zip in onto PPD, but the lasso into Rolling Thunder. Dahak with the damage. A Bull Lightning back down to the tier 2 tower, and the Primal Split is actually doing a decent amount of work, killing off PPD, Supreme. But Dahak takes down Supreme. I don't know how that's happened. And I'll find a bonus one onto Era as well, and this chase is just not going to stop. Saberlight with no ulti, 21 charges, but surrounded by 4 NIP heroes. He's going to just get run down here. The TP cancelled immediately by the Dragon Tail. And a double kill for Blizzy gives NIP...
So greedy, so Batrider ends up with Broom Handle.
They've caught the Storm. They've got the chain stun here. Don't know if they've got enough damage though. Storm finally scatterblasted into the ground, and the Rolling Thunder from Milan chasing towards Era's next assassin. They've got a bonus kill. It's the cherry on top, and the courier might be falling too. I don't know what that is. Some kind of horned beetle. Just doppelgangers away. And the Dragon Tail catching the heroes that are held up on the high ground. Rolling Thunder from the Invis Pango catching Kotl, so Will-O-Wisp not coming out just yet. Cyclone up onto the Dragonite to stop that initiation tool that NIP has. And Charlie, this Terrorblade, he's arrived. He's come in, but Supreme has already been blown up, burning to life. He's gone! The Storm Spirit's destroyed. Another Cyclone on the DK will take him out of the fight again, but Dahak now has free reign. Terrorblade's going to get gap closed, disarmed up. He's going to try and Sunder. He's got 14-1, but he doesn't get either of them off. He gets disabled, disarmed, chain stunned, and NIP with 3 quick kills. But as soon as Storm is even a little bit behind, as they make a jump, Suneko yet again shredded, even in his own base. There's a Primal Split. We'll give Saberlight a bit of time here, and I just don't see what the plan is. Terrorblade's not even joining the fight. TB is still out on the map farming. Supreme with a double damage rune stunned yet again, and chased down with a Cookie forward. They've got the chain stuns, and it looks like Supreme is once more in the grave.
Yeah, this is game, Gary. Like they've been playing 4 versus 5. No Keeper of the Light for the whole game. Terrorblade
way down towards the bottom lane. Dahak spots out Charlie. Phantom Lancer being removed of all his mana and HP. Tries to turn with that reflection, but holding the Sunder, which I thought he might just use. And Primal Split from Brewmaster trying to cause a bit of chaos. In the back, there's a lasso and a Ball Lightning forward. Milan, the Pango down. PPD with the Mortimer's Kisses getting cancelled out now with the Will-O-Wisp and the Vortex there. And Tanner struggling to stick on a target, but Dahak has finished off the Will-O-Wisp. Saberlight TPing home and gets himself. This Era, with the help of the Blinding Light, jump in with a Primal Split. Trying to focus down the Batrider so there is no jump, and the Cyclone sends the DK skywards. A good Will-O-Wisp here and a zip back in, but Storm Spirit, he's struggling to catch a single target. Chain stunned into oblivion yet again. That Dragon Tail into Cookie combo forces the buyback of the Storm. Another long zip, but Tanner has a BKB TP. Nothing to cancel it, while Saberlight back onto Dahak now. Impale him up, and the Phantom Lance is the one being picked off. A Doppelganger to try and get him a bit of distance away with a Glimmer Cape. A little bit of time here for Chicken Fighters. But once again, we see the mini-map, and Terrorblade is nowhere to be seen. The jump in onto the Storm Spirit. Where's the chain stun? It's Milan again with a Rolling Thunder, and there's no buyback on Storm. Dead for 90 seconds, while Saberlight, he's jumped onto PPD, but the Grandma is bouncing around, full of life. Nothing really Chicken Fighters can even do to get a single kill. They're getting picked off one by Maniacs, went to Singularity, stood in for Chaos. But we'll come back to that as the initiation from the Chicken Fighters, starting off pretty well. Finally, they get the jump and a kill. Grandma down and buys back immediately as Milan rolling out of this absolute slaughterfest. We're seeing how sausage is made as the meat grinder of the Will-O-Wisp traps them all up on the high ground and forces NIP to disengage.
You need to invest all your gold.
Oh, Dragon Knight, he's so good at just jumping onto this high ground. Seneko, into the grave you go, buys back immediately, but they've also trapped up Supreme Storm, nearly killing him off during that lasso. And Saberlight's backstab with a primal split. Yes, it will cyclone up the Dragon Knight, but the follow-through is lacking. I'm looking at my mini-map again, Lacoste. And you know what I see? It's a TB on the opposite side of the map. So the cookie out will allow a little bit of a disengage here for Blizzy. Supreme finally clears up a kill, but Tanner stands his ground until he has to run away, even with BKB going, because Charlie has arrived. A 1-for-1 so far.
And he's back.
Throne is going to be exposed in a second. And Chicken Fighters, they've only really got one fight left in them.
Charlie sold everything. He sold power threads, raid bands,
oh, here we go.
Wand.
Mortimer's Kisses is blowing up Saberlight, finally gets off his primal split, and Charlie with a rapier whacking into Milan, but he Rolling Thunder jumps away. Supreme had a BKB to ball lightning out of the initiation as Dragon Knight still has BKB cheese. Tanner just blinks out of there. PPD is going to cookie to the high ground, and the chase continues looking for the grandma, but they cannot kill her off. Supreme's got nothing left to give. Glimmer caped up. He's bought a little bit of time here as the lasso comes on through, and Terrorblade Sunder back into Tanner, who's got the cheese still, and that's it. Done and dusted. Dead for 60. GG's called.
He got disarmed. Like, they need to play much better if they want to contest NIP. Hero can go for late game, don't get me wrong. Because using a lot of mana to try to harass Blizzy, who has 4 tangos and 2 healing salves.
Getting a nice little spin in there as well, but Charlie joining in with the whirling axes. Getting some good damage onto Blizzy with another Fortune's End flying out. They might be able to bring him down, actually. Ranged axes into the melee, and the clicks come. Blizzy down,
oh,
first
arrow
blood spill.
Misses. Point for Dragon Tail.
And Tanner, having only just returned to lane, loses 80% of his HP. Supreme with a nice salve, Dragon Tail into the clicks. He doesn't have Breathe Fire. Tanner still toying with death here, though, as the dive.
A lot of fire.
Into the flames from Era and Supreme. Seneko immediately TP's back down, and Charlie's also arrived at... he's come to the tier 3. Blizzy is not having a game whatsoever. They are doing everything within their power to stop this axe from getting the free farm while he cuts those waves. Arrow does slide in onto Charlie, but it's another...
It's gone.
I was so excited, and then I was really just not. Disruption Arrow, not landing.
Arrow?
Interesting. Sliding straight under the belly of the Phoenix, but he will still die, and the chase onto Supreme.
Nature's Prophet.
Blizzy gets the call off as Troll, Charlie, trying to make a run for it. Seneko sniped out, and they're going to go for a dive here for sure. Prophet TPing in, break the trees, and chase the Troll down. He's going to try the TP out, and it looks like the dunk will just about be there. The spear into the Arena of Blood. Those Guardians in the Colosseum destroying Blizzy, but Saberlight now stuck in this awkward position under his tier 1 and continues in a 4 versus 1 as the ball lightning from Tanner will catch out the Mars. Just about enough damage to bring him down. Where's the help from the rest of his team? Just a couple more clicks, guys. Come on. Get in there. And Tanner's going to drop here. Fortune said no. The jump away. Supreme, no Breathe Fire or Dragon Tail. He's got 5-1 charges, but the... oh, it's close, and he gives up. Arrow from Milan. Connecting with PPD Soul Catcher, but Supreme Shadow Amulet hides away under his tower, and the Arena of Blood leapt over the top. Milan is out and back into the trees. They focus down Blizzy's axe, but he's invis in the Moonlight Shadow, and that tower fell. No more reveal here, and the chase moves forward. Dahak TP's in very aggressively. Walks into the middle of 4 of them, and a Vortex Arrow, Phoenix down, the double damage rune, Tanner Storm. Every time I look at Tanner, he's come out of high school with a double damage rune. Speared up to the trees, and they've got the call to stop the Shadow Amulet, so Supreme forced to reveal himself. The dunk down, 3 heroes gone. Experience, so he'll crack 6, or maybe not. Tanner.
Oh, another jump.
Oh, Oracle. No whining now. 67 experience away from level 6. Tanner still going to get speared up under the trees behind that tier 1 tower, and the save from PPD is just not available. Tanner down, tipped by Saberlight. And here they come, running forward towards that Moonlight Shadow. Blizzy sprints off to the right-hand side. Dahak sprouting, delay the advance of this Radiant side.
Saberlight still chasing, Arena connects.
They've got the PPD Shadow Demon in the back, the Dragonette's found him, and that's the Arena of Blood you're talking about. Dahak stunned up, Sunray there connecting, and a Fortune's End. Into the stuns they go. And here comes the push from NIP. Tier 1 tower with a catapult wave. Mars has Arena in 30. And they've got Supernova to play off the back of here as Supreme started off with a nice Dragon Tail into Spear, and PPD slain in that river. Dahak stands his ground with the Blade Mail going, but he's really not got the backup of the rest of his squad. Blizzy leaving him to die. And NIP getting picked apart one by one.
They have like no abilities that go through BKB besides Axis Call. I mean, Shadow Demon Demonic Purge is there as well. Not sure if that's gonna help a lot. It's undispellable. Oh man, Charlie.
Yeah, they made the jump, but it wasn't. They're gonna lose Storm as well.
The question is, can NIP take this Roshan before Radiant Scan connects? They know Storm Spirit wants to get that agent buyback.
Oh, the dust. Dahak out of the arena. Roshan inside of it, but the Nature's Prophet is trapped in the pit with nowhere to go. He is annihilated.
The question is, does Storm Spirit go for that big play?
He does.
Zip in.
Charlie has it though, and they've stunned him up.
It.
They've blown Tanner out of the water, and that's a dieback, dead for 70 seconds. The map showing, Saberlight jump in. Spear doesn't connect, and Blizzy out of the arena. Does get a decent call out. The Bulwark and the Arrow. Oh, beautiful connection onto the Phoenix. Now Blizzy back in again, but the false promise. Buying time for Era here to Supernova and zone this fight out as Storm is zapped down by the Purifying Flames, and Dahak stands his ground to click it down. Era finally drops. Dahak going for a TP, but he's stunned up by Supreme. That Dragon Tail will connect. 2 core heroes gone as NIP drop. Very sneaky smoke. Blizzy looking for the blink jump. Seneko, he's been found by the Storm, zip-zapping away from the Spear, and Blizzy with the blink call. Dunk on 1, the Blade Mail turning the damage back, but the BKB from Saberlight keeps him alive, and the Supernova, beautifully placed all the way in the northeastern side, will make sure this fight goes the way of Chicken Fighters. Storm is still hunting. Seneko brought back in TPT Outpost, and Tanner, he's given it all he's got. But with the backup of Saberlight and Era, he does have to retreat, and his TP's cancelled out by the Fortune's End. He can't get back into base fast enough, and it looks like Megas are coming. Dahak, oh, he's been stunned up. He's forced to BKB. Dahak is happening, Dahak. Back into Fountain you go, and good game is called. NIP tap out as Chicken Fighters take game 2 here in this best of 3.
Yeah, much better draft from Chicken Fighters as we discussed at the start.
Clip as we get ourselves into game 3 of this best of 3. I just say have fun. I don't want to wish my opponents luck. Seneco's been backstabbed here pretty hard. Blinding Light pushes PPD up onto the high ground though, as Milan diving in with a swashbuckle. 2 hits to get to the center of Seneco's heart, and that's the first blood dropping. NIP off to a... They are hunting. 300 health Naga Siren, 4 seconds for that mirror image. Dahak, Blinding Light back, Tricks of the Trade not doing the job, and there's the mirror image. Let's see if Charlie can bait. He sends the real one first. They're not falling for his trap. They jump, but miss the cookie. Charlie still going through the jungle. Oh my goodness, it is disastrous. NIP, come on, you've got to kill him off. 1 more hit. That's all you need. Milan, finally, at long last, and giving away his position as a jump forward from the cookie, catching Rubik, telekinesis. Stun him up a little bit. Seneko with a Blinding Light might be able to get Era out of this, especially with Saberlight. Making that movement off the lane and into the jungle. Tanner, 6 stacks of Sanities, blows up Seneko and Saberlight, and there's the OD, but dragged back into the boat with no Astral. He's going to lose his life for those kills. Tickled down by the Kunkka, tracked up as well, so bonus gold. Kunkka rushing Halberd.
Ricky.
Oh, you're right. Already half HP. They've got a cookie here to turn around and play onto Seneko, roar up the Bounty Hunter. They've got chain stuns for days. Jumping in, PPD will catch out Saberlight, and he disappears, just like Carol Baskin's husband. Straight past Era. Alrighty then, focusing onto Kunkka instead. Torrent dodged. Tanner still has this Astral. Looking for the Kunkka, 700 HP, boat's ready with 5 stick charges, and this could be a good fight for Chicken Fighters if they want to turn and battle. Dahak dropping so incredibly low, and the cookie not really allowing them to catch any further targets, but Supreme is being blown up by the Arcane Orbs now. Tanner, level 1 up on it. 1 more touch. That'll do the job. There's no response from the Chicken Fighters really here. Completely untouched. Level 8 does put a point in it now. As Supreme and Era looking to defend the Bounty Hunter. Blizzy, defensive roar. Torrent not connecting. The movement speed from the Beastmaster getting him A little bit further away, but they've got the damage as Ricky trying to zone them out.
And shield crash early on, but when you're playing against a Rubik, you need to instantly cast it after so he does not steal your ulti.
Blizzy caught out
Rubik's
by the
cube.
big green cube. Tricks of the trade, snipes out Suneko, and that Astral allowing them to move on to Supreme. He's got a double damage rune on the Kunkka, but no spells. Torrent comes back off cooldown now, but that's Sanity's Eclipse and Tanner on the OD. PPD. Milan with a nice rolling thunder. Not able to finish off Era.
And he stole 70 gold from him on top of like reducing his gold by killing him mid lane.
Oh, Self Astral opens up for the lift boat. Beautifully played there as the X mark. Now the song. Charlie resetting the fight, stopping the Mortimer's kisses. They want to finish off Tanner. He maybe can Astral himself to get away from the torrent now, but Milan will still be the target of choice as Dahak jumps in with a cookie and a Santa's Eclipse. OD falls, but he got a good amount of damage out beforehand. Bounty Hunter so low with Era dropping incredibly quickly, but nobody has died on this Chicken Fighters side. That boat with the Coco's Rum allows them to continue fighting.
Yeah.
Game 2, that
He played against Disarm from that Heaven's Culvert and Pangolier.
Supreme.
Lane.
He's so tanky. He still has 10 stick here. Pops it to kill off PPD. And that was a 5-man commitment onto the...
He's stealing even more gold with those shuriken tosses.
Oh, that's interesting. Milan caught up there. The Astral not really paying off until finally the kill on the Kotal, but it was delayed as the roar onto an illusion. Blizzy finds the incorrect target. Charlie has juked them, baiting them in. And now he might be spitting them out as they chase forward with an X mark. Cancelled out by the Astral. Good smoke screen. But they've still got Blizzy under wraps, and that Santa's Eclipse, the song coming in to cancel out the Mortimer's Kisses. They don't lose anyone apart from that initial kill on the Kotal, who buys back and comes into the fight once more. Dust from Milan trying to track down the Bounty Hunter, and OD dealing with Supreme. They've got the Kunkka. Astral will be there, and they need to get the OD so desperately follow through, but they can't. A 2 for 2. As PPD will be the third casualty of war here as NIP. And they're going to smoke out again. They need to find that pick off. Milan. Aggressive jump forward, but he's been annihilated. Good Astral. 11, 12, 1 charges with a Rolling Thunder. That might be just enough to get him out with the Swashbuckle Force Staff away. He is out of danger. The Nugget Illusions are still giving chase, and they've disarmed up Tanner. His Astral to save the Pango has put himself in danger. The 2-man torrent. Beautiful with the Will-O-Wisp. That ulti from Suneko. Gorgeous. And they've caught out Blizzy. The third casualty. I think NIP might be calling GG soon, honestly, Lacoste, because PPD's being slain. Saberlight is baiting with his food, toying with him, but, well, PPD shows him what for. Gives him the middle finger. Saberlight. Are you really? Are you actually going to bounce it off the creep? Oh!
Cookie does not.
Onto all the track targets. Because you have the double shuriken.
Yes, correct, Gary.
Bless. Good song.
I misunderstood you.
It was probably my bad wording. It's always good to clarify. As the Naga Siren song into boat OD. That cookie gets him away a little bit, but the shuriken takes him out of the game once more, and there's no buybacks for NIP. Beastmaster follows him into the grave. 5 heroes strong. The Chicken Fighters. They really are just cruising through this game. Ricky will be in the 4th. Do absolutely nothing. Tanner still wants a BKB, but the 2-man torrent, can they go in on this? Diving tier 4s might be a little bit ballsy. Swashbuckles there, but a great Will-O-Wisp. X-Mark forces the Astral, and Grandma is dead. Has a buyback available, but with 50 seconds on the sidelines, there is no OD. Ricky is accomplishing literally nothing. Jumping onto the Naga Siren and then jumping back towards Fountain. Chicken Fighters are diving. Another 2-man torrent. Look at that damage from the Shuriken. 2 heroes getting slain so speedily. Rubik is the only hero to die as they take down the full lane middle. Charlie can focus it, and GG is called. Game 3 goes to the Chicken Fighters.